Hey guys, it's Marty and welcome to Two Line Slot Cars. I've been glancing over to the shelf to my left here where I keep my slot cars. And I've noticed the number of cars on all of the shelves continues to grow. And I was thinking, I know, don't count them. I've heeded everyone's warnings. But, sometimes you just got to know what you got. And what I realized is I've got a fly problem. So when I look over on the shelf, I counted 10 fly cars. It might be the brand that I have the most of, which really surprised me because I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, I really wasn't expecting that. But as I look around, I think I have maybe Carrera. I probably have about the same number. NSR, Thunder Slot, Revo Slot. I don't have near as many. But I have 10 fly cars. And so I thought, what do you do? Today's video is just going to be running some laps with my fly cars, some track footage, just sort of a relaxing night on the layout. No tuning tonight. We'll just talk about each of the cars, what I like about them, how they run on the track. So let's go hit the track, have some fun, get some laps in tonight. And this is a different video for me. Hopefully, it's probably not going to get any views, but hopefully you enjoy this. I think people like to see track footage. This isn't going to be the best. I only have one camera that I can really cover the track with, and that's my phone. Let's jump over to the track, see what we got. Hopefully everybody can hear me. My layout is a modified figure eight. Got some nice S-turns here. That's actually quite technical through there. You can pick up a lot of time. You can lose a lot of time, for sure. Shout out to Racetrack Scenics for all my billboards. I don't do a lot of scenery, but I do love me some billboards. There's my Area 51 and Two Lines, my slot car news, and then my lights from my boys Doug and Ian at Magnetic Racing. Come on, check those out. How great are those track lights? All right, so here's the here are the cars. We have the Porsche 911 GT1. That's an Evo 2. We have a 908, couple 908s, a 917, the M1, another Porsche 911. This is a Capri, and that's an Evo 2 car as well. And then I've got a couple of the Beta Monte Carlos, and then this contraption, the Open Cockpit LMP, the Panos. It's a front motor car. So yeah, it's an interesting car. So let's run some laps, check lap times. We'll talk about each of these cars. Let's start off with the Beta Monte Carlo. This car has been tuned, but it's not a great tune. I'll tell you that. And then what we'll do is I'll clear the scoreboard here, and we can compare lap times of each of these cars. So let's run a handful of laps with each car. This is the Beta Monte Carlo and the Rubson livery. Good looking car, but it has some struggles on the track. So let's see let's see if we can get under 6 seconds. It does have lights, so it's got something going for it. It likes to hop a little bit, and it definitely loses some speed. There you go. The tip over. Got it. So this car, I don't know that it's actually my slowest car, but it does struggle staying in the slot a little bit. It's got a front guide issue. Now let's get in the slot. There we go. But I do like that it has headlights. And the Beta Monte Carlo is just a great, I really like the Group 5 cars now. I didn't used to like the Group 5 cars, but I love the sideways cars, and that's probably the reason why I like them. But great looking livery. That's just a great looking car, but it's struggling with that slotting plus guide. Doesn't move very well. So we ran a 6055 was its best lap. So 6055. Don't look at that best lap time because I triggered it. So let's move on to the Panos. These cars are probably in order of how well they perform. This is a front engine. It's kind of got a drive system to drive the rear tires. And so we almost got under 6 seconds with the first car. Let's see what we can do with the Panos. The Panos is not quite as smooth. It really struggles with traction. It probably just needs some weight on those back tires to try to get them to hook up a little better. But this is definitely my slowest. It's got good straight line speed. It just doesn't like to get around the S-turns. Like I said, that technical section right there, you can lose a lot of time every lap if you can't get through those. Very good. So there we are. There's 5 laps. And about the same, 6:09.58. I think it was actually just slightly faster than the Beta Monte Carlo. So now let's jump into the next one. Now this one, this was tuned by Daryl Rogers. Shout out to Daryl. This was a car that he gave me. But I'll tell you, my brother really likes the Fruit of the Loom. He kind of collects the Fruit of the Loom liveries. That's a great car. And let's see what we can do with this one. So this one is a joy to drive. It is just fun. It's smooth. You can hear that. It's broke in really well. It has headlights. It's got pretty good speed. Gets through the S-turns really pretty good. The rear end likes to stick behind it. Tracks really well through that turn. So I'm real impressed. Ooh, I was just getting ready to say it likes to stay in the slot. Now this turn right here is a little tricky because you try to punch it over that bridge. And if you don't punch it over the bridge, you lose time. But if you don't, you get your speed correct, you're going to come out of that little kink to the left. We probably do a lot of marshalling right there. Yeah, this car's running really good. I bounced it out of the slot. So let's wrap this one up. Of course, all these I'm running in the white lane. Yeah, great car. Man, that just looks good. It really gets around really well. 56133. Consistent 5.7s, I think. I could probably get that a little lower if I kept doing some laps. Now this is the Capri. And this car has an Evo 2 motor, no motor pod, but aluminum wheels. It should be one of the faster cars. Let's see how she gets around the track. The chassis drags a little bit. Ugh. Chassis drags a little bit because it's on the ground. It's really low. There we go. It drives a little different than the others. Now I'm getting the hang of it. Oh yeah, this is a fun car to drive. Losing a little traction when that chassis drags. Maybe I'll figure out what's going on there. Yeah, that overdrove that a little bit. Cooked it. Yeah, that's, man, great livery. 55507. 55507. Yeah, that's a good time. That car, the more I drive it, better it gets. So now let's try the Porsche. This is the swap shop. This thing looks great. I really struggled getting the front end, and it had a lot of tire rub. So it took a lot of work to get this one smoothed out, but it's running pretty good now. I feel like maybe it's losing a little bit of power. I probably should check the braids on this one. Yeah, I lost power going up the hill. I think we got a braid issue. Yeah, maybe. I think I've still got tire rub going on. But yeah, great car. 57755. Well, that means that is quicker than this. So now let's check out the M1. We've seen this one. Just did a video recently on tuning it up. This one's still a little light in the front. Let's see what we can do. See what kind of laps. It is quick. It needs to be run in. I think it gets a little smoother and a little faster. Get the gears run in. Oh, and come out of the slot. Not good. Okay, back on course. See if I can, oh my gosh. So there's where I think that the front end is a little light. You see how it bounces in that turn? We're gonna keep doing this until we can get it right. There, get around that. So let's see what we can do this time. It's definitely a momentum car. Oh. So, as you can tell, still got a little bit of tuning to do with this one. It really, it's the guide, the front end setup. It could really use a little bit of work. And that turn will bounce a little bit down there. So I think that that's probably my big issue too. So there, I ran a quick lap with it. There we go. I'll keep improving. Let's see if we can get in the 5.5s. Nope. As soon as I pushed it, jumped out of the slot. But you can see this track will bounce a little bit. So that's part of the problem. What are we running? 56056. Boy, it'd be great to see if we can get 5.5s. I think that's going to be our quick time. Still, good looking car, the Motul. 56056, which is going to put it right here. So now let's try the 917 Spider. This car is a little heavy. I think it's what's holding it back is it's got a little too much weight in it. Let's clear these times. Uh-oh, I lost my mouse. There it is. Clear. Yeah, not bad. It handles really well. It's just a little heavy. I think it'd be a much faster car if I took a few grams of lead out of it. So I've got a few of these I can do some more tuning on and get them a little better. There we go. 55477. We'll take that. 55477. That's a nice run for that car. Now let's try the 908, the Flunder. This was my very first fly car. Love this car. It's one of my favorite cars that I own. It's just a fun, cool car. It tuned up really well. It had independent fronts, and I put a straight axle in it. And oh gosh, not good. Not a good way to start. For a long wheelbase on this track, it actually performs really well. I'm really happy with how it ran at Cincy Slots. It's the car that I podiumed with, and I think that the more it runs, the quicker that it gets. It's just a fun car. It likes to stay in the slot, which makes it super easy to drive. All right, very cool. Flunder 908. Yeah, great car. What do we have? 54691. Bunch of 5.4s and 5.5s. That's a good car. So now let's try the 908. This is probably my favorite livery. One of my favorite liveries on the 908s. Just a great looking car. NSR made this car. One day I'll pick one of those up. But for now, I have the fly version. Let's see what kind of laps we can get on this one. This is a quick little car. My gosh. I like it. Yeah, this car is really super consistent lap times. Handles really well. If I could keep the rear end behind it just a little bit better through that, I think I could get into the 5.3s. There we go. Oh, almost. There we go. There we go. Great car. Gosh, that's a good looking car. 53935. There we go. 5.4s, 5. That's just a consistent car. Lap after lap after lap. Makes it great. So now, this is an interesting car. This is an Evo 2. No motor pod, but aluminum wheels. I've put silicone tires on this. Let's clean them. Silicone tires. There's no weight in this car. Stock guide. I have really done nothing to this car, and it is the fastest fly car that I have. So let's. Yeah, this car, smooth, quick. If this was a motor pod car, if this chassis had like an NSR or a slotted motor pod, it would be just as fast as my NSR cars. No problem. I mean, it's already running lap times comparable. I don't know if I can get into the 5.2s. with the track conditions, but, oh, and I was just getting ready to say it likes to stay in the slot. It stays in the slot really, really well. So let's run a few more laps, see if we can get 5.2. Ooh, back in the slot. Came out of the slot because I kind of cooked it into that turn because I was trying to get the lap time. So there you have it. The Evo 2, that nice car. If you have a chance, you can pick these up pretty cheap if you're paying attention. So if you, I think they're starting to grow in popularity because people realize how good they are. But they're not my favorite Porsche design. The kind of the butt of them is a little ugly. But man, this car runs great. 53097. We almost got into the 5.2s. So, but you can see that it's a really good car. So that's my fly lineup, guys. Fly lineup of cars. Get some laps in. A lot of fun. I mean, really, a lot of fun to drive these cars. So, guys, there's some casual laps with my fly collection. 10 fly cars. I'm not saying go count your collection, but what brand do you have the most cars in? I don't know. It might surprise you. I didn't expect to have 10 fly cars, to be honest with you. I knew I had a few, but I was surprised that I didn't have more NSR or more Revo slot. I mean, I think I've got 7 or 8 NSR. I have 6 Revo slots. I have 6 or 7 slotteds. You know, those numbers are starting to creep up on me, but it's been fun to collect cars. But the fact that I have 10 fly cars really surprised me. But guys, if you like this kind of content, hit the subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, hit the bell so you get notified anytime I put out new content. This was a different video. We didn't tune anything. We just ran some laps. But I do give people do give me a hard time for talking too much. So I still talked, but we ran some laps. You got to see the track a little bit. I don't know. Are we due for a layout change? I've got some ideas. Do I go back to a 2-lane? I don't know. It's a tough decision. Do we try another brand of track? It'd be fun to try Scale Auto or Polycar. Do we build a wood track? I don't know. Watching George's videos, looking at tracks online. I don't know. That might be a fun project. So, I don't know. I don't know what's next for the channel, guys. We're just going to continue to mess around with slot cars and record it and see what comes out the other side. I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate all of you who show up on Tuesday nights for the live stream. It's my favorite night of the week because I get to hang out with a bunch of great friends, that people who have become friends. I mean, sometimes we have over 100 people in the chat, and that just blows my mind. But I know that the weather's changing. It's getting nice out there here in the United States. On the northern hemisphere, it's not winter. We're getting closer to summer, and people are getting outside and doing a little less of slot cars. So I get it. But thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate you, and go have some fun racing.